Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aries EDC. Please subscribe to the channel. It's a lot of help when you do. I'm doing a little shop tour today. That's right. I'm going to share with you my little shop and all the things that I have that make my life a little easier to be able to make the knives that I make. I also just cleaned it, so it's a little bit more presentable, at least some of it. And I'm about to destroy it again because I'm going to start some new projects since I just wrapped up all the others. So I'm going to go ahead and back up and kind of give you guys a big picture of what I'm dealing with. So this is my garage. That's just basically the shop. It's like a quarter of the garage, maybe a third of the garage, and I take most of it up. So on this side over here, I have this workbench that I built. I built this workbench. It is on wheels, and I integrated my router table and the, oh my God, table saw into this workbench, but I wanted a nice big space to be able to spread out and lay out. And if I needed to rip some boards down on the table saw, I can do that. I could wheel this out into the driveway, and then I had plenty of space to rip giant boards down if I need to. But in the meantime, it works really well because I'm not really ripping a lot of boards down lately, which is nice. But so I've been using it for the knives. So we'll start over here. I have a jigsaw. I have my Central Machinery drill press. This is just a Harbor Freight drill press, the cheapest one. And it's just a 5-speed drill press. But it gets everything done that I need to get done. Drilling holes isn't my favorite thing. I have plenty of drill bits and all the tools that I need and lubricant and everything down here on the shelf. So that I have all the drill bits and everything that I need to get through the blades that I can make. And it works. Would I love to have a bigger piece of machinery? Absolutely. But it's getting the job done. And again, I'm on a budget. So, this is kind of what I have to work with. So it's just the drill holes in the blade and the steels. Really thick steel can be a little tough. But I'm learning it, and I think I have it down pretty well right now. So that's good. I've talked about this on my live streams. It's come up. I think one of the most important things is a vise, but the problem with just a regular vise that bolts down, it's stagnant. You get one position. So this is a ball vise. It has this ball, and I can loosen it, and then I can tilt this in 100,000 different ways, however I want. It has these rubber pieces. I could take them off, which I'm about to. The only negative thing about this, I purchased this on Amazon, and it's not like this big heavy duty piece of machinery. And then look, I can lock that down now, and now that's not going to move. And then I can clamp things down in whatever angle that I want. So it's very helpful when I'm hand sanding and doing a bunch of stuff. So it is a good handy piece of equipment. But it doesn't clamp real well. Sometimes things move around and I have to readjust, but I'm making it work. They do have more expensive ones, but right now it's working. I have a bunch of files. So I have some big files, some little files, some, I use these a lot, the little ones, to do all the fine work. I use this one for Kydex a lot. So anyway, little files, table saw, a Dremel tool, which comes in very handy. I got this chuck on there so I can quick release chuck anything that I need to. I have my bandsaw, which this is amazing. This is just a Bauer Harbor Freight bandsaw, so nothing expensive. But this table this Swags Off-Road table, and this table holds every kind of bandsaw imaginable. It has all these holes up here, and that's what lines up with the bandsaws that you might have. So Milwaukee, Cobalt, any of the brand of bandsaw, this is going to be able to fit onto this. And then basically you turn your portable bandsaw into a vertical stagnant bandsaw. So it's an excellent thing if you're ever thinking of doing it. Definitely, I can't say enough about this one. I got a little bit extra. I paid a little bit extra, and I got the one that has the foot. Don't mind my beautiful free Crocs that I got. The foot pedal to run it. So basically, my hands are free, and I can step on the pedal and do that. So it comes in very handy. And then moving over here, I built this little workbench, and I plan on putting a shelf down here because I'm going to be moving some stuff in the other room out over here, just because I don't know, it makes sense to me. So under here, I have my shop vac, and I have my tumbling, I don't know what you want to call it, a tumbler for when I do want to do my stone washing. I don't know if we can get a light down there. So I have that little tumbler, and basically it's filled with the medium. And then if I want to stone wash it, I'll pull that thing out and go ahead and do it. But yeah, it works great for what I need it. So this is my 1x30 grinder. This is a Wen 1x30 belt grinder, and I do everything on this. You guys have seen it, you guys have witnessed it, I've talked about it before. It works, everything that I need is happening on this one. Would I love to get something a little bigger? Yeah, I was eyeballing a 2x42 machine, and I'm just like, wow, I could do probably a lot more with that than I can with this, but it would take up a lot of room, and I guess I could move a grinder over here, but I don't really want to. I like having nice and small. So what I like about this one, I've removed all the plates and everything off of that because I'm constantly switching belts, and that's the biggest thing is I have all the different belts from 36 grit all the way up to 1,000 grit on the belts, and then some other different ones that I use. But everything I do is on this. I use that, and then I'll use the round side. But for right now, this is working, and you guys see the work that I'm doing, and it's all coming off of this machine. So for right now, I'm making it work. I could use another one. I could get a little bit bigger, but right now it's working. I have my jig. I have just a bucket of water to cool things off as I'm working. I go back and forth and do that. Over here, I don't really show up this way because it's kind of ugly, but we'll show it. I have some sandpaper. I have just little tools and things that I need. I have my press for when I'm doing the eyelets on the Kydex sheaths. I can press the eyelets in, so that is handy. This is a bad example, but this is where I keep all my little strips of sandpaper. So I have 80 grit all the way up to 2,000 grit in sandpaper. So if I need a little sandpaper, I can reach in, grab a little strip of sandpaper, move on. I have my eyelets. I have all my Dremel barrels. So if I need to get a 120 grit barrel, I can switch that out. Just some extra steel chunks of steel that have come off, blades, little projects that I would like to do, but I'm probably not going to get to. I want to finish this one up. I made one of these a very beginning of my journey, just a little, I don't know. I called it a package hatchet, a scrap piece of steel that I made a little hatchet out of. It was a fun little project, and I want to make another one, and I started it, and I just never finished it up. But that was a fun little package hatchet is what I called it, because what are you going to use it for? Basically just to open up a package. Over here is just like bolts and things that I think anybody who works a lot, they collect bolts and things. So I have that, some rags, some extra little stuff to get it done. This is the folding table that I have that eventually it'll all be wood, but for right now it's working. So I have my little area that I can work back and forth. I don't have to move around too much, and it's working. I don't have the garage open because it's still dark outside. So I have my little polishing wheel, little being keyword. I've cut all this off, and I need to cut more off so I can really get in there. But it works. I don't really polish a lot of stuff. I like to polish the handles, but not necessarily the blades. I don't really like a high polished blade, but whatever. My forge, I have a Mr. Volcano double burner forge. I purchased this off of Amazon, and it works just fine. I use this. I don't use this to heat up steel to forge, but I use it to do heat treating. And you guys, if you're following along the channel, you've seen me use it. It works great. I can't say enough about it. It's a lot of work setting this thing up because you have to set all of that in the middle. But once you get it set up, it works really great. Just some tools. And I have it all in a cart, so I could just wheel this out. I don't like doing it in the garage. I don't need something 1,500 degrees or hotter in the garage. So I'll wheel that out onto the driveway, do it out there. It's a little bit safer, in my opinion. So that's it. I have another toolbox over here. Got some cool stickers all on it, so good stuff. So that's where bulk of my tools go. And that's it for this part of the shop. So let's go into what I call kind of the finishing room, etc. All right, so this room is probably a little bit of a mess, so I'm sorry. You'll notice this is where I film some of the TNFNU stuff. Basically, the garage is walled off, and I'll tell you in a minute, but I have some of my antique stuff in here. I have my sharpening station where I do sharpening, and I do a lot of packaging stuff up over here, just storage for handle material and a lot of the things that I do, a little bit of work. My Kydex press, you guys have seen me do where I do my logos. So I use this machine to etch the logo, and I have all the tools that I need for that up here, some vices. This area I glue up handles and I do the etching. So I have that. Check out the Flamingo, still getting there, but I have the sheaths done. So that's gonna get acid etched probably today. Heat guns, some more polishing wheels if I need to take them outside. Like I said, I package a bunch of stuff up. My laptop if I need to. More storage for a lot of the finishing work and the finished blades. And my little filming station. I have some sheaths for the Flamingo here. I also have that Damascus Obsession. Still available, guys. Still available. So check out the Etsy store. I'll put the link in the bio. The Bloom XL and the Crow are still here. I have my, just in case you wanted to know, don't mind the wires, I'm sorry. My naked column I use to open stuff with, my cold steel Tough Light, and a Kershaw Chive? No, Scallion. I might be selling that. That's why it's sitting there, basically. And just bits and pieces of stuff that I have. You guys like tools. I just got this tool off of Amazon, and it came with like a whole pack. And I think they call it like a laptop fixing tool or iPhone or a cell phone tool. I don't know. And it came with like this whole pack of stuff, and it's come in handy because it has every bit and drive that you can imagine. And just some of my personal stuff, my basses that I play on. I don't really play the bass, but I play on the bass. That's what I like to say. But this room used to house all of my snakes and lizards and stuff. So I was big into reptiles. That's why I built this room, and I have it air conditioned because I can temperature control this room. And this room, believe it or not, I used to have 100 animals in this room. I kept them in rack systems, and this whole room was full of cages. Now I've narrowed it down, and I only have 8 animals in here, and my wife has her tarantulas and her scorpions in here. So on this side of the room is designated to those animals, and what the heck? I'll share that with you. Oh, look. Here's Crash. Crash is a blue tongue skink. There you go, buddy. Stick your tongue out. There you go. You can see his blue tongue. Hey, buddy. Do it again. Do. There you go. So, blue tongue skinks are fun. This is my favorite. This is Pixel. Come here, bud. Oh, my goodness. Yep. If you're not into snakes, that probably blows your mind. But if you're into snakes, you already know what that is. So, anyway, yeah, I was really big into breeding and raising snakes and selling them. But that was a lot more work. It's almost easier to do the knife stuff, believe it or not. So anyway, guys, that's the shop, and that's kind of what I have. So it's a little behind the scenes look at everything. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to show you maybe more in depth anything that you've seen that I work with. But anyway, please subscribe, leave a comment or not. That choice is yours.